Hello and welcome to my 9th sermon. It is June 16th of 2019. Now, this past Tuesday I spoke at the Athens County Commissioners meeting, and the prosecutors refused to allow the commissioners to hear a motion about brain implants. They said it was part of the upcoming criminal case where I've been charged with trumped up charges. Now, this is an admission on the part of the prosecutors that the brain implant caused what they're alleging to be on May 5th. So the question is, why don't they do something about the brain implants? Why don't they prosecute those who put the brain implants into me? And the question also is, why would they be charging the most victimized person on the planet? I'm the victim of myriad of crimes that you can see on the internet. You can see video of people assaulting me, of people robbing me, of vandalism I've been the victim of. You can see video of Ryan Kaywood breaking my bones after he trespassed and broke into the area where only I am allowed, and I was cornered. He punched me, as you can see on video at sacredspacechurch.net and elsewhere, threw me against the rain barrel, and that's more than a year and a half ago, and broke a lot of my bones. I cannot sleep on my right side for the rest of my life without it causing a lot of pain. It hurts right now quite a bit. And they're trumping up charges against me. The number one crime is the brain implant, as people can see well documented at www.brainimplant.info. Now, you do not have to be a radiologist to look at x-rays. It is very easy to see a foreign object in an x-ray. Now, other things that doctors do get a lot more complex, but to see a foreign object in an x-ray is just like a juror looking at a photo of a smoking gun, and it's very simple to do. So don't get caught up in what, in fact, the thought that you need to be a doctor to look at an x-ray. Go to www.brainimplant.info, have a look for yourself. When there's a cover-up, you have to look at the images yourself. Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. For the wrongdoer will be paid back for the wrong he has done, and there is no partiality. Now, God knows what has happened, and God will ultimately decide who goes to heaven, who goes to hell. And God knows there's a brain implant, and those who have put it in me are similar to those who crucified Jesus. And it is up to the people to rise up to get our government to tell the truth. Our government is not going to hold itself accountable. It is supposed to hold itself accountable with things like checks and balances and everything our country stands for. But in fact, when I was locked up, someone came into this area and erased a book I was writing on brain implants. I've been trying to recreate it, but they are erasing the history books. And this book describes how I was knocked unconscious right in this area and how they put a brain implant into me. And the question is, why doesn't the sheriffs do something about brain implants? They're good at trumping up charges against me, but why don't they do anything about the myriad of crimes I'm the victim of? You can also see a video of someone stealing a package of very valuable items, including the seeds to my garden. I can't afford to buy new ones. And an audio recording device. I was going to record some of my other books. I can't afford to buy new ones. The sheriffs have done nothing about catching those who did it. You can see that video on my Facebook page. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 15. When justice is done, it is a joy to the righteous, but terror to the evildoers. Now, the evildoers today are in our government. I've reported this to the sheriffs, to the FBI, to the NSA, to the CIA, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, the Bureau of Criminal Investigations, Congress, county commissioners, Athens City Council, Hopewell Health Center, Tri-County Mental Health, the Appalachian Behavioral Health Care, the Department of Mental Health, the Surgeon Generals, the Ohio Medical Board, and the list is quite a bit longer too. The White House, Governor's Office. So they are all complicit in causing this, because none of them have done anything about it. And doctors are being ordered to keep me to keep from telling the truth about my own health. That's right, I cannot even get the truth from my own health from my doctors. Now, it is time that people began to organize on their own to do something about this. If I found out a citizen anywhere in the U.S., for that matter anywhere in the world, was given a brain implant against their will, I would start organizing and doing something about it. I would start getting petitions, I would start writing letters to the editor, I would organize a group. I have organized a group, Citizens Concerned About Brain Implants, and I would be doing a lot about it. And I have been very disappointed in the lack of number of people doing something. I know I may have offended people with my strong language. I do apologize for that, but this is something Adolf Hitler would do. It's a very good description. In fact, he is the one that helped to advance this technology by experimenting on Jewish people and others during World War II. And while I do appreciate the small media, WAIS and Viewpoint, is some that have done a little bit of coverage, the most media and all the mainstream media have failed. And that's what they look like in the history books. Psalm chapter 106 verse 3, "Blessed are they who observe justice, who do righteousness at all times." Now, to do righteousness, people do need to organize at times to hold our government accountable. And so I desperately hope that people take time and start to organize on this issue during this critical time. And before this happened, I was living the dream life, traveling tens of thousands of miles by train, giving speeches around the U.S., Canada, Europe, Japan, and making a big difference, talking to media on a daily basis about the need to protect the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge and combat climate change. Now I'm headed for prison or a mental health center. I've been in jail and mental health center quite a bit on trumped up charges, when I in fact am the victim. I'm the one that was given roofies, and someone put roofies in my coffee, and then of course they have this brain implant. I'm the victim here. So I'll end with a quote from our Bible, Amos chapter 5 verse 24. "Let justice roll down like waters, righteousness like an ever-flowing stream."